Hamzat Chimaev.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that his wrestling is pretty mid.
It's trash. I won't even say mid.
He's a three-time Swedish national champion.
That's sick.
12 wins in 3 years, 0 losses.
That's incredible. 12-0 in 3 years. We're gonna fight at some point, and people will realize that there's levels. And
Hey guys, so yesterday we saw another derailment of a hype train. Renier de Ridder defeated Bo Nickal by a knockout. He got defeated by a knockout by a Dutch grappler. I mean, Renier de Ridder is very good, don't get me wrong. But Bo Nickal has been sold as this future, as this for sure champion who's going to dominate, who's going to beat likes of Hamza. But respect to Ridder, he showed his skill, and we true fans knew this. Not the casuals, but true fans knew that he got the skills to beat Bo Nickal. He was a champion in one, and he's just very good everywhere. His striking is not amazing, but against Bo Nickal, he looked like he looked like Alex Pereira. So a lot of promising future for Ridder, but yeah, Bo Nickal is just under delivered. It's just a hype train to be placed here by UFC, and we can go over all of his fights, and we can see that his opponents have really been picked out for him, and you know this is what they call an industry plant. Yeah, just got exposed so bad.
UFC on UFC 300. So there's levels to this, and I think that people just need to get to know me. The more they get to know me, the more they're going to realize that, hey, like I'm that guy, and there's nothing anybody else can do about that.
I mean, as you could see from his interviews, he was not lacking confidence, and Dana White was not helping it either. Dana White kept egging me on as this new great future thing, and simply is not something that was true. UFC was hoping they're gonna have this amazing fighter on their hand, but he got exposed. And look at his previous fights, for example, against Paul Craig. It was such a boring fight. Bo Nickal only threw an overhand right. They were most of the time just like staring each other like this, and even Paul Craig looked like he was amazing. He looked like a Desanya kind of like keeping a distance, keeping Bo Nickal. That's how bad Bo Nickal's striking is. So, um, yeah, I knew his striking is going to be subpar against Ridder, but you didn't know how to block a knee. And he defeated Paul Craig on decision because he just did a little bit more. But chances are Paul Craig was outstriking him, which is crazy knowing who Paul Craig is. Next fight we got Cody Brundage, who he submitted. As we all know, Cody Brundage is not that top echelon fighter. He's like a weaker version of Bo Nickal. And he had a little bit of problems with Cody Brundage, but in the end he ended up submitting him. Tailor made opponent for him, Cody Brundage. That's not very dangerous. That's not like somebody who can outstrike Bo Nickal. He's like a weaker version of Bo Nickal. Let's admit Bo Nickal has good wrestling, but yeah, it does not translate to MMA like that. And Cody Brundage is just a weaker version of him. Another fight, that he had is Wolverburn, which who is this guy? Like UFC did him out for one fight, and one fight only, and then after that he just like after getting knocked out like this, I mean, he just disappeared. This guy was just like, we never heard of him before, but he was like presented as this big threat, and he just like got discarded. And Bo's first fight against Pickett is just another matchup where guy has terrible grappling and not a great striking, and in this fight, Bo just finished it again, very easily. But again, it's a hand-picked opponents that I have a problem with. I understand he's just coming to UFC, but to be a minus 350 favorite against RDR, it just shows you what UFC and their promotional machine can do, when they set sights on. But yeah, another hype train derailed, and I'm kind of happy about it. I didn't like the guy, and yeah, This was MMA Maverick. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.